Welcome to the Lake Norman Pulse. We are going to talk about something fun today. And what does your money get you on Lake Norman? That's what we're going to talk about.
Yes. So what does your money get you? So whether your budget is $600,000, $1 million, or over $3 million, what can you get for those different price points? You know, what might you need to give up in those price points? You know, depending on what your motivations are, we're going to talk about some of that and talk about some exciting listings just to bring to your attention as well.
Yeah. So for example, if you go to Huntersville, which is an area that we work in, there is a community called Northstone, and we have a listing there, 12004 Cobham Court. And it is a great home. It's on the market right now. And for $750,000, you get over 3,200 square feet, a cul-de-sac lot. It's private wooded, and it's located in a beautiful country club setting. This particular home is a one owner owned home, which is great for continuity. You know exactly what's going on in that home.
It's not been beaten up
by four different owners.
Yeah, a bunch of families owning it.
Yeah.
And then being in a community like Northstone, where you've got the golf club, you've got the pools, fitness center, dining, the bar, so many amenities, fitness center, right at your fingertips, right there in the neighborhood. So there's a lot to love about that house.
And what makes that house special is that owners took a lot of time putting in updating the home. So while it is a mature home, you walk in, it's got fresh, new, updated floors, beautiful. I mean, the wow factor is the staircase. It's unbelievable, freshly painted. I mean, they've done a lot of upgrades to that house, and it's ready to go right in a cul-de-sac. So, I mean, check it out. That's what you get for $750,000, which is a great price point for that neighborhood, because you've got some that are a little lower, some that are a little higher, but this one does have a lot of square footage. So, you know, ask us about that one. And if you go a little further west of Huntersville to, let's say, Denver, I mean, we had a couple listings in that neighborhood. Waterfront community of Westport, beautiful.
Yeah.
It is a non-HOA. So the owners there have the option to become members of Westport Club. And some owners don't have the need for some of those benefits, such as the golf, the resort style amenities, tennis and racquetball. So with Westport, you do get the option of, joining that, having those amenities, or just not. Some of the features of that house that we had, which was really nice. It's a great story to that house.
So we're talking about the last house, the last listing
in
there.
Westport.
So, and Westport's like such a cool community. It is the original planned subdivision on Lake Norman.
Yep.
So it all started in the Westport community. And what's cool about that neighborhood is that, yes, there are some older homes, there's some tear downs and rebuilds. There's, and the last house that we sold there, that Jen's about to talk about, where the owners did these amazing renovations on it. So you see a lot of that, but there's so much character going through Westport. It's not this, track home builder where all the houses are the same. There's so much character.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they're all different. There's not two alike in Westport. It's a smaller community of just a little over 300 homes, and they vary. Sometimes in Westport you can get larger lots, and they're waterfront lots and non-waterfront lots. So there's a little bit for everybody. This particular home we had was built in the 70s, and it was owned by a really prominent newscaster here. I won't mention his name, but he lived there for a long time, and he passed away, and then it was purchased, and the buyers came in and renovated everything but kept the character of that home. And that one we sold for just under $1.7 million. Another home right across the street, literally right across the street, I sold that house a couple years before for $336,000. Buyers bought it, renovated it, and it's just beautiful. So there is something for everybody. In that price point in Denver, anywhere in Huntersville, you could probably, find just about something for everybody. But those are just some examples of what your money is going to get you in today's market.
So we had a fun listing last year also in Westport, where it was a true lake cabin. I mean, like 1960s, little cabin, amazing water views, deep water cove, and it wasn't far to get out to the main channel. It was a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath, but had, screened back porch. I mean, just such a cool little spot. That one sold for just under $800,000. It was definitely a fixer-upper. So, it was special, but the people that bought it, they were like, we're in. the view out here is worth it. So,
Yeah.
we'll make the updates to the house.
Yeah,
So.
and there are some pros and cons to living on the water, and living not on the water in different areas. And so, the difficulty in finding some of these properties at times on Lake Norman, it can be challenging. So you need to be aggressive. We tend to, if we, for example, in Westport, had a client that I met at an open house, and they love the community so much that they were like, don't look anywhere else, which is a challenge because there's only 300 and they wanted waterfront and they wanted under a certain price. And that is extremely hard. So you do have to be patient, number one, and waiting for that little gem that's out there to pop up. And that's what we did. And they found one, and they're tearing it down right now.
I love it.
But what are your thoughts, Barrie?
So what's cool, if you're looking for the lake, it's tough. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It is really I think buyers are surprised at how expensive it is to get waterfront on Lake Norman. And, we both have had clients that are looking for, 1.5, 1.6. And we go and we look at those houses only to identify, whoa, you're going to sacrifice something, be it the condition of the home, its location, or the view. It's hard to get everything that you want for under 2.8.
I find
2.5.
Yes.
Depending on location and where you go. So, there's definitely opportunities to rehab old houses. And, of course, the lot, that's where your money is. And so if you've got, a great lot with an amazing view, it is worth, you can
change the house.
You can change the house.
The lot.
You can't change the lot.
And that's something that I find. I work with a lot of out of town buyers, and they have a budget coming in, and I always try to set up a search so they can kind of see what they can get. But photographers are magicians. They can make anything beautiful.
That's true.
So when you walk into a house and they're expecting to get this long range view with deep water and this amazing dock, for $1.5 million, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You think you could get that, but you just sometimes can't. So you have to kind of come back to reality and weigh what you want, what you're willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Can't move that view. You can't get a better view.
However, for 1.5 though, you can get a great house in a great neighborhood that has amenities with a boat slip. So maybe you're not on the water, but maybe your neighborhood has water access. Maybe, your boat slip is right down the street. So you can still get out on the lake. You're just not waterfront.
Yeah.
So,
and we're going to talk about some of those communities in one of our upcoming episodes, and some of our favorite communities, and some of what we've recently sold, so you can get an idea of what type of community is for you. HOA, non-HOA? Do you want waterfront? Do you want both? So stay tuned, because we are going to talk about that very soon. And if you like this and you want to learn more about, please subscribe to the Lake Norman Pulse, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us.